Hi, my name is Ronda Strauch, and I'm with Seattle City Light, and I am the Climate Change Research and Adaptation Advisor for the utility. So I am the co-chair, or just retiring co-chair of the Hydropower Operations and Planning Working Group, but I also interact with dam safety as well. Yeah, so this Hydropower Operations and Planning Group is a great organization and a collection of utilities that are really focused on how do we manage the water that's coming into our reservoirs. We talk a lot about the hydropower, the way that dams operate. We talk about inflow forecasting, how much water is coming into our reservoirs. How do we measure that and monitor that, and how do we use that for long-term planning? So we're thinking about the operations of the reservoir as well as sort of the long-term planning of hydropower in general. How is it going to change in the future as our water resources change? So thinking that as an energy source and a resource for us. So those are the kind of topics that we talk about. Climate change is a big topic of ours because that's really affecting how we're operating, and we're going to operate in the future. Some of the key challenges is data is always challenging, and getting the right data and then using that data to derive insights and how that might change how you operate your facility or how you might plan into the future. So we're getting better data, and things are definitely improving, and that's thanks to the research community that's providing some of those. And our internal staff are actually getting better at using that kind of data and analyzing it and getting insights from that. So data is still a challenge internally, like having information about our utility assets themselves can sometimes be challenging. So we're working on our systems to gather, curate, and make sure that's good data that we can use to inform our decisions. So that's one of the bigger challenges that we're facing now, that we're finding solutions, and thanks to CEATI is helping us do that as well. CEATI offers to deal with some of these problems is you have a collection of folks that when you come to these conferences, you come and do these discussions where you can share some of the challenges that you're dealing with. And you find out that a lot of other utilities have the same challenge, and some have solutions that they have employed, and so you can learn from other utilities by hearing their stories and what kind of solutions they've come up with. And then maybe we can be employing those same types of solutions in our own utility. So those conversations are really what's a huge value that CEATI provides, because they provide that venue and the opportunity for those conversations to occur. And you're meeting people from the energy industry from all over the world. So you may find that somebody in New Zealand, a utility in New Zealand, will have the same challenge you have, and they've come up with some clever way of solving that problem that you can then employ in your own utility. So there's some specific examples we have where we have been talking with Department of Energy, which is also comes to these conferences in CEATI, and they are a wealth of information about our resources, data, modeling that we can use. So we'll have conversations with them, learn some of the work that they're doing, and then take those conversations back, make those connections, and even some of the data that they'll provide to us, so that we can then try to use that at our own utility at Seattle City Light to understand, for example, how stream flow is changing, to be able to look forward in time as climate's changing, to see how the stream flow is changing at our utility in our region, and then we can start planning for how reliable our hydropower is going to be. And it is going to be reliable, but if it's going to be changing and how we operate it. So we can use that data and information from those connections that we've made from being at CEATI and learning, hearing those stories and hearing of those tools and resources that they offer, and then bringing those back to the utility to implement.